Good morning and welcome back to Brodeur Land on this Tuesday morning, day 2 for week 3. Hopefully you guys finished up day 1's assignment, which was create your flashcards for perfect squares and perfect cubes, and hopefully you can knock out a better time than Mr. Brodeur's 21 seconds. But more importantly, let's talk about day 2's assignment. What do you need to do in order to get a 100 fully complete day 2's assignment? So let's take a look. Day 2's assignment says we need to create a two-way frequency table in which you ask your family members or friends what their favorite way of spending time is, whether that's reading, watching TV, maybe the different things they like to stream, whatever the case may be. And for your work, what you got to do is you got to make a two-way frequency table and then also find the relative frequencies. So what does that entail? What does that look like, Mr. Brodeur? Well, let me show you what I did for mine. So let's go over here. I'm going to show you my two-way frequency table. Now, of course, if you know Mr. Brodeur, I got to do something with Marvel or Disney or Star Wars. So I'm a big Disney Plus fan, and I want to know how many other people are Disney Plus fans, or is Netflix still the golden child? Is Netflix still the most popular? So what I did is I went and I asked family members, friends, things like that, and I made a little tally chart right here. So let me show you my little tally chart. Right here I got Disney plus Netflix and whether they are male or female. And so I asked my son first. I said, which one do you want? He's a male, so he said Disney plus. Now my wife, on the other hand, she's female and she said she wanted Netflix. And so on and so forth. Like I asked the 8 other people, I asked up to 10 people. Now you could ask more. I would say probably you want to ask maybe 10 people or more so you have some good data. But I asked 10 people. So let's go over here. So this is part 1 of trying to show me your work and finishing and completing assignment 2. What you want to do first is create a two-way frequency table. So I created my two-way frequency table, and I'm just going to write down all the tallies and frequencies that I got. So I'm going to start with my joint frequencies right here. And for Disney and males, I had 3. For Netflix and male, I had 2. For female in Disney, I had 1. For Netflix and females, I had 4. And then from there, I also want to fill out my marginal frequencies, which in other words are my totals right here. So for Disney Plus, I had a total of 4 votes. Netflix, I had a total of 6 votes. Over here, males for my marginal frequencies over here, I had 5. Females, I had 5. So it looks like I kind of, I interviewed the same amount of males and females, which is good. That sometimes is nice to have, to see not only the males and females, but have like a good equal representation right there. And then 5 plus 5 gives me 10. 4 plus 6 gives me 10 as well. So that works because I interviewed 10 people. So I got my joint frequencies, which is my center frequencies. And then I got my marginal frequencies situated. Now this right here gives you half credit right here. You've created your two-way frequency table. The last part is your relative frequency. Of course you want full credit, so let's talk about how you can get your relative frequencies. First you're going to go to the bottom. My grand total was 10 people interviewed. You're going to take whatever your grand total is, just like me with my 10, and you're going to come up here. So right here, I had 3 under my first category for Disney and male, and I'm going to take that frequency in the joint frequencies and I'm going to divide it by my grand total, which is 10. Alright, when I do that, that would give me a 0.30. I'm going to do that with all the rest of my frequencies on this table. So I'm going to take my 2 right here, I'm going to do 2 divided by 10, and that will give me 0.20 right there. And so on, like same thing with my 5 right here, we'll do 5 divided by my grand total, and that will give me 0.50. And then if I keep going like this, that would give me, for 1, it would give me 0.10. For 4, it would give me 0.40. For 5, another 0.50. For 0.40. 6.60. And then right here, if you do your grand total divided by your grand total, you should always be left with 1. So your bottom right for everybody should be 1. Now, of course, the decimals and your relative frequencies up here will be different probably for everybody because you've interviewed different people. Now, Right here, this is pretty much everything you have to show. You got your frequencies right here, or your joint frequencies, your marginal frequencies. You also have all of your relative frequencies. Now, some people might be thinking, Mr. Brodeur, I remember in class doing percent. Well, your relative frequencies are percent, so if you feel more comfortable with percent in your table, that's fine. That's an optional route you can do. All you would do is take your 0.30 or whatever your decimal was, multiply it by 100, and that would give you your percent, so 30%. So if I did this with the next one, that would give me 20%, 50%, 10%, 40%, 50%, 40%, 60%, 100%. But for your task for day 2, all I'm looking for is, do you have your two-way frequency table? Do you have your frequencies? Do you have your relative frequencies? And then all you got to do after this point, I got my work. I would just take a snapshot of this and upload it right there for day 2. So just let me know if you got any questions or comments. Send me an email if you got any, and I'll be glad to help you guys. But until next time, Brodeur out. Peace.